Welcome to Primeval Predators, where we explore the most intense encounters in nature, like this incredible battle of survival today. The African savanna stretches endlessly under the scorching sun, hiding countless secrets and dangers within its vast, golden dry landscape. A lone male baboon wanders near a completely dried waterhole, searching desperately for any hidden roots or remaining edible scraps. His keen eyes constantly scan the surrounding dry bushes, knowing perfectly well that predators often lurk near these vulnerable spots. The harsh environment offers very little comfort, forcing him to take immense risks just to secure a tiny daily meal. Suddenly, the tall yellow grass rustles slightly, revealing the magnificent but terrifying silhouette of a hungry female leopard approaching silently. She moves with absolute grace and lethal precision, keeping her body incredibly low to the ground to avoid any detection. The spotted cat locks her piercing golden eyes directly onto the unsuspecting baboon, calculating the exact distance for her strike. Every single muscle in her powerful body tenses up as she prepares to launch a deadly ambush from the shadows. The baboon senses a sudden shift in the wind, raising his head sharply to inspect the terrifying danger lurking nearby. He spots the creeping leopard and immediately realizes that his life is in grave danger if he makes one mistake. Instead of running away blindly, the brave primate stands his ground firmly, displaying a surprising amount of courage and defiance. He pulls back his lips to reveal incredibly long, razor-sharp canine teeth, sending a clear warning to the predator. The baboon beats his chest loudly, producing a deep, resonant sound that echoes across the silent and tense African plains. This bold psychological warfare is designed to make the leopard second-guess her decision to attack such a formidable opponent. However, the hungry leopard remains completely unfazed by this aggressive display, continuing her slow and calculated approach toward her prey. She knows that a successful hunt requires absolute patience, waiting for the perfect moment when the baboon drops his guard. The tension between the two animals reaches a boiling point, creating an atmosphere thick with pure adrenaline and raw fear. Without any further warning, the leopard explodes from the tall grass, sprinting toward the baboon with terrifying speed and agility. The baboon reacts instantly, abandoning his aggressive stance and darting toward the safety of the nearby steep and rocky cliffs. Dust kicks up into the air as a frantic chase begins, showcasing the incredible physical abilities of both wild animals. The leopard closes the distance rapidly, her powerful legs propelling her forward like a perfectly engineered biological hunting machine today. Just as the predator lunges forward, the agile baboon leaps onto the first massive boulder, narrowly escaping her sharp claws. He scrambles up the vertical rock face with astonishing speed, using his strong hands and feet to grip tiny crevices. The leopard follows closely behind, using her incredible momentum to scale the steep rocks with almost equal skill and determination. This high-altitude pursuit tests the limits of their endurance, as one slip could mean instant death for either animal. Realizing the rocks are not safe enough, the baboon spots a massive acacia tree growing precariously near the cliff edge. With a desperate leap of faith, he launches himself through the empty air, aiming for the thickest branch he sees. He lands perfectly, immediately climbing higher into the dense canopy where the branches become significantly thinner and much more fragile. The leopard arrives at the base of the tree, looking up with intense frustration at her rapidly escaping afternoon meal. Undeterred by the height, the heavy cat digs her sharp claws into the rough bark and begins her vertical ascent. She moves carefully among the lower branches, her heavy muscular body making it difficult to navigate the increasingly narrow spaces. The baboon continues his upward climb, deliberately choosing the weakest branches that can only support his relatively lighter body weight. He looks down at his relentless pursuer, vocalizing loud alarm calls that alert every other animal in the surrounding area. The leopard pauses her climb, assessing the structural integrity of the thin wood separating her from her highly desired target. She takes a cautious step forward, but the branch bends dangerously under her massive weight, emitting a loud cracking sound. The baboon shifts his position slightly, ensuring he remains just out of reach of the leopard and her deadly strikes. This incredible strategic maneuver showcases the high intelligence of primates when faced with extremely dangerous and life-threatening survival situations. The leopard tries another route, stretching her long body across the canopy in a desperate attempt to grab the baboon. Her sharp claws swipe through the empty air, missing the primate by mere inches as he cleverly dodges the attack. Frustration visibly builds in the predator, as she realizes that her physical advantages are completely useless in this specific environment. The baboon maintains his precarious balance on the swaying branch, demonstrating incredible agility and a deep understanding of physics today. Below them, the African savanna remains completely indifferent to this intense struggle, a harsh reminder of nature and its cruelty. The leopard attempts one final desperate lunge toward the baboon, risking a dangerous fall from the dizzying height of the tree. The fragile branch snaps back violently, forcing the large cat to retreat quickly to a thicker and much safer limb. She clings to the sturdy wood, breathing heavily as the reality of her failed hunting attempt finally begins to settle. The baboon chatters loudly in triumph, knowing perfectly well that he has successfully outsmarted one of the most deadly predators. Slowly and reluctantly, the exhausted leopard begins her descent, carefully climbing backward down the massive trunk of the acacia tree. She hits the solid ground with a soft thud, casting one last disappointed look up at the victorious male baboon. Without any further hesitation, she turns away and silently disappears back into the thick bushes to find an easier meal. The immediate threat has finally passed, but the baboon refuses to leave his safe sanctuary high above the dangerous ground. He knows that the savanna is filled with hidden dangers, and letting his guard down could still be totally fatal. The golden sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon, painting the vast African sky in brilliant shades of orange. Shadows lengthen across the dry earth, signaling the arrival of the night and the emergence of completely new nocturnal predators. The baboon settles into a comfortable crotch of the tree, preparing himself for a long and incredibly vigilant dark night. He grooms himself quickly, a natural behavior that helps calm his racing heart after such an intense and terrifying ordeal. Far away in the distance, the faint roar of a lion echoes, reminding everyone who truly rules this wild animal kingdom. The baboon closes his eyes for just a brief moment, conserving his precious energy for whatever challenges tomorrow might bring. This incredible encounter highlights the constant struggle for survival that defines every single day in the harsh African wilderness environment. Predators and prey are locked in an eternal dance, constantly adapting and evolving to outsmart each other in the wild. The leopard will undoubtedly hunt again tomorrow, driven by the relentless hunger that fuels her existence in this unforgiving landscape. And the baboon will continue to forage, relying on his sharp wits and incredible agility to stay alive another single day. Nature is both incredibly beautiful and ruthlessly brutal, offering no guarantees or second chances to those who make careless mistakes. We are privileged to witness these raw moments, gaining a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance of our natural world. The night fully embraces the savanna, wrapping the ancient landscape in a blanket of darkness and mysterious unseen wild activities. Thank you so much for joining us on this thrilling journey into the very heart of the wild African savanna. Please subscribe to Primeval Predators for more incredible wildlife encounters, and we will see you again in our next adventure.